Good morning, everybody. So, if you already tell from the background, yep, I am back. Oh, the hell. So that is pretty much what happened. That's why I didn't recap last night, because when I was watching the game last night, I was in the plane already heading back. So I did take a photo that I posted on X. So actually, I think there's proof that I have, because I have. Let's see. Yep, here it is. Here is a photo of me. Well, not me, but here's a photo. As you can tell, like the little small screen, and a little bit of light, and then like this photo. But yeah. And also, if you can't tell from this, the wing, yeah, I was in the plane and I was watching it. And if that doesn't have any more proof, then there is a clock up there. I don't know if you can probably tell. That's my sister. Hello. But I have something that's coming up probably right after this vlog or before. You've probably already seen it, but I have something coming out, so I'm not quite sure. That's going to come out before this recap or after this recap. So I'm going to upload these two videos right at the same time. Let's see who wins. So yeah, don't be alarmed. I'm back on track. And speaking of on track, Florida Panthers came out swinging. They're right on track to get right into 4 games. And they got a big, massive victory in Game 1 against the New York Rangers at Madison Square Garden. The crowd is absolutely electric. I mean, that's why they call it the world's famous arena. The crowd is absolutely electric. That part, I give props to the Rangers fans. They have a really incredible fan base. They really do. They love the team. They love the Knicks. It's unfortunate what happened with the Knicks, but at least they got this team, well, for a little bit longer. So anyway, it's the Florida Panthers in Game 1 going up against the New York Rangers in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. And the Florida Panthers completely shut out the New York Rangers. I mean, as amazing as it sounds, to me personally, I am beyond shocked. Here's why I'm beyond shocked. Because for my time watching hockey, I don't remember the last time or any time the Florida Panthers has shut out the Rangers at MSG. I personally don't remember. I'm going to have to do the research on that. So, and knowing how good the Rangers are, that's why they're the President's Trophy winners. They are so good. And when they're good, they're going to come at you, and they're going to come punch you, and they're going to ravish you. Or so I thought. So I didn't realize Rempe wasn't even in the lineup tonight. Look at me. Last night. I'm shocked. I thought they would have put Rempe on the lineup for last night. I'm going to suspect they're going to put him in tomorrow night, because today's Thursday. So I'm going to assume that, because Florida Panthers, they come out swinging. Because when I look at the team's stat, 34 hits, all of them came from the Florida Panthers. Well, New York does have 29 hits. It's still above from still below what Florida Panthers have produced. So anyway, Sergei Bobrovsky go up against Igor Shesterkin. The Florida Panthers, and this is what I mean, and I didn't even go over this in the preview, they have to stay off the box. That's the big thing. They always got to stay out of the box. But New York's power play, they are one of the top of the leagues, probably behind the Tampa Bay Lightning. My point here is they have a really, really good special teams. They really do. In the playoffs alone, they have 4 shorthanded goals and also given up 4 power play goals. What do you think is going to win that battle? It all comes down to special teams, and I can't believe I missed out on putting that in the preview. But anyway, it's done. Whatever. So Trocheck, remember him? He used to be from the Florida Panthers. Was coming in clutch for the New York Rangers. Matthew Tkachuk laid waste on him early on. So already there's some tone being set. Sherskin trying to put some saves in, and Bobrovsky was doing the same thing. Bobrovsky became so vintage, and I'll explain that in a little while. Then we're gonna have the first penalty of the game. Is Jacob Trouba gets called for a hook on Barkov. Florida goes on a power play, and they have one shot on goal for this power play. Actually, two. Wait, is it two? Let me see. No, it is one. I was right. It was one because the second shot came a second after the power play ends. That was Aaron Ekblat's. But Reinhardt tries to get one. That was saved. That was saved by Shesterkin. And Ekblad got a shot off after the power play was over. So then after that, so a little bit after that, we have some, getting some stuff in. They're trying to feel each other. They're trying to see what they're going up against. Not that they're not going against a really juggernaut team like the Rangers, but to get the feel of the ice and the atmosphere. They're trying to get settled in the Florida Panthers. The Rangers, they're already settled. They're kind of settled in. It's only a matter of, can they get ahead of the Florida Panthers? So that answer became a no. The answer became a no. So a little bit later after the power play, we have the first goal of the game. Carter Verhaeghe gets an assist. That's the 6th assist of the postseason. And unfortunately, he's a primary assist of this guy. That's his 6th assist of the postseason. Up the snatch shot is Matthew Tkachuk with his 5th goal of the postseason. And Tkachuk comes up huge in the first period. It was massive. It's early in the game, so they're going to be laser focused. Rangers are going to come back. They're going to have a little bit of a tighter battle, so that's something we got to pay attention to. So that's what my mindset is thinking. So defense was doing its can. They're not allowing a lot of shots except for Panarin's. So 1-0 heading into the second period is the Florida Panthers. Second period, Bobrovsky had to get busy because in the first few minutes, you got Vincent Trocheck and Kakko are trying to get this in, and Coyle too, trying to get this goal in. Keandre Miller and all of them were saved by Bobrovsky, and Bobrovsky with absolutely amazing saves early in the second period. It's just absolutely embarrassing how one of them didn't even go in. But it gets interesting a little bit later on, I swear. Then, after the first few minutes of the second period, and I'm not kidding you when you have to have that stat up, the Florida Panthers have not allowed a shot on goal on the Rangers for 15 plus minutes in the second period after that one shot on goal. What's his name? Kakko. Look up that stat. Because when you look up the stat, I swear to you, you're going to be just baffled. They did have a shot that's pretty close, but that hit the post. And we were kind of fortunate there. I don't know if they count that as a shot on goal. They should, right? That was Lafreniere's, and we'll talk about him. Lafreniere hits a crossbar. That could have been 1-1, but it didn't. And a minute after that, we have a penalty on the Rangers. It's Jack Roslovic gets called for a high stick on Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Florida goes on the power play. That power play was just putrid. They only had one shot on goal, which was Oliver Ekman-Larsson's. That was saved by Shesterkin. That penalty was a total disaster. So horrible power play. And the Florida Panthers power play last night was not great. I think they're trending on the wrong direction here. Although the Rangers, they do have a very good special teams. That part is something that we have to keep in mind. When they have a good special teams, Florida's unlikely to have a good power play. So that's something that we need to keep that in mind. But still, Florida is a juggernaut as well. They have to get better at the power plays against the Rangers team. They were good against Boston, and they were pretty good against Tampa. But you have to get good against New York to get back to Stanley Cup. That's the thing here. So New York still not getting a shot on goal. Florida's defense is smothering, and they're smothering that offense of the Rangers. Florida could have easily had this 2-0 twice. Kulikov almost gets one, but it hits the crossbar. Kulikov, of all folks, it hits the crossbar. So that was close there. Then that was that first shot that was pretty close. Then finally, the Rangers finally get a shot on goal. That was Adam Fox. Adam Fox tries to snapshot him, but that was saved by Bobrovsky. And Bobrovsky was not busy in the second period, but he had to make that save. And then I'm thinking in my head in the plane, maybe we could go away with this win without giving up the penalty. As soon as I thought about that, Sam Bennett gets called for holding a stick. It's just, why am I thinking these things? It's so unrealistic. Anyway, typical Bennett goes into the penalty box. He was holding the stick on Adam Fox. Rangers were likely swinging, and they were swinging the sticks. Kreider, who had a natural hat trick against the Carolina Hurricanes, had a tip-in saved by Bobrovsky. Another shot on goal was from Mika Zibanejad. That was a backhand that was saved by Bobrovsky after the rebound miss. And we go to the third period, they shorthanded. So after all this, the Panthers were still up 1-0 heading to the third period. Florida's smothering defense on the Rangers has been pretty huge. The momentum carries on to the third period. So we go to the third period, 34 seconds left at the power play of the Rangers, as far as I remember. So that penalty was easily killed off right then and there. And Florida was shooting the puck. Tarasenko tries to get one that was saved by Shesterkin. So we're going to skip ahead a few minutes. 8 minutes into the third period. I know there will be shots on goal from Florida, but Shesterkin was trying to save the game, and he was pretty good. He was pretty good for the most part. And we had this situation, and you guys know where I'm going with this. Carver Higgy tries the wrist shot in that was saved by Shesterkin. So that's one thing. Then 8:45, we have a goal, or so I thought. Oliver Ekman-Larsson gets one into the back of the net, and it makes it 2-0 Florida Panthers right there and there. Or was it? New York challenges this goal for a goaltending interference. And Lomberg, and this is the explanation, and then I can see this on a replay, and looking at it, and initially, what is goalie interference? And I'm still wondering that. What is goalie interference? And mind you, I'm in the plane, and I didn't, and my dumbass self did not bring a headphones that I can plug into the TV, so I couldn't hear what was said when I'm in the plane. I couldn't. So that part was my fault. So after the plane, I had to look back at what was the explanation was, and they say because Lomberg was going to the crease all by himself, it doesn't matter whether or not if Lindgren pushes Lomberg over Shesterkin, as long as he's already in the crease by himself, all on his own, as long as it hinders Shesterkin to make a play, that's goal interference. That's nuts. And I'm thinking, that happened to us in Boston, but that goal stands. And and I'm gonna be fair, that happened to Boston too, and that goal stand too. So again, what is goalie interference by definition? Here's one thing. I like the explanation. I'm okay with the fact that they said Lomberg skated to the crease by himself. I'm okay with it. But he got pushed by Lindgren. I don't know. I'm not gonna dwell anymore. So Oliver Ekman-Larsson did not get a goal off of goalie interference. We're gonna move on from it. So then a little bit after, Lafreniere gets called for a hook on Kulikov. They did not like that call at all. I think it was justifiably so because you had the goal that was taken away from us. So Florida goes back on a power play. Florida power play was not great. They only had one shot on goal by Verhaeghe, saved by Shesterkin. We move on. Penalty was killed off. And then Vintage Bob, saving pucks from Wenberg. Off the rebound. Lafreniere almost gets one, but it hit the post. So Vintage Bob, absolutely amazing Vintage Bob. I should have wore his jersey, but this is my good luck charm. So that is amazing. And then Florida took a stupid penalty. Oh my goodness. I was like, I'm trying not to yell on the plane because everyone's trying to be quiet, trying to sleep in the plane because it was a nighttime flight. But Florida did a stupid thing. They had too many men on ice. I'm like, what are you doing? There's so many guys on the ice. So that was served by Evan Rodriguez. New York's power play was pretty good. There were shots. Vincent Trocheck tries to get one, and that was saved by Bobrovsky. And Adam Fox with some shots, and that was saved by Bobrovsky. And then I'm not sure whatever this was the part or moments behind, but there was a fight. There was a fight on the Blue Chris. Shesterkin laid a big punch on our players. No call. You know what I'm talking about. The goalie, Shesterkin, laying waste on our players. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're going to allow that? Are you going to really allow that? I know what you're all going to say. I know what you're going to say, but yeah, Sam Bennett with the big kids. Like, I don't care about Sam Bennett. I don't care. You have to enforce the rule. Otherwise, the guys get hurt. Both sides. I'm not just talking about my guys. Your guys, too. You have to be consistent with the ruling. All right. Now that's done. All right. A minute after that. Oh, boy. I'm so sorry that I have to bring this up. It's not funny. But I don't know. All right. So, 16 minutes into the third period, Verhaeghe has the puck. Shesterkin was trying to pass along, and that is something that all goalies have to keep in mind. When you're passing, you better hope you have a good pass, because if one Florida Panthers right there, that's it, because they can thrive on a goalie mistake pass, and they're going to capitalize eventually. So, with this shot, Verhaeghe gets a shot off and gets his 7th goal of the season. The credited goal goes to Carter Verhaeghe because he was the one that shot the puck. However, did he actually score the goal? No, he actually did not score. Verhaeghe did not score. He was awarded a goal. Because he had a shot off closer to the Chris and Shesterkin. And here's what really happened in New York. I'm so sorry I have to talk about this because it did happen. You know it happened. And you know it's gonna be tough for that because it happened. What happened was Alexis Lafreniere was right there. He was trying to maybe help the goalie, Shesterkin, but he tips it. He tips the puck to his own net, and it's an own goal. That is something I never thought I could see in hockey. Never. Some would call it karma. Our fan base is calling it karma. And you know, that's kind of justify what they're saying. But to me, that is just an absolute brutal way. And for me personally, I like to play fair. I like to actually shoot the puck and put it to the back of the net ourselves. So that's me just becoming fair, wanting to play like we want it. But that mistake will cost them the big time. Will cost them game one big time. And Lafreniere was feeling horrible about this too. But Verhaeghe, hey, we'll take it. So New York comes out angry. Savannah, Panarin, Lafreniere. Lafreniere want the revenge goal. And Chris Kreider, all that with the shots. But Vintage Bob, absolutely vintage. Becomes a brick wall. Come at me. I'm a brick wall. By this point, New York has no choice but to get Shesterkin off the net. Off the ice. They have to do a 6-on-5. And that couldn't work in their favor. There was a shot, but that was blocked by Fox with Matthew Tkachuk. But eventually, they would get this finishing goal. Matthew Tkachuk with the game-winning goal, which was 1-0, by the way. So another game-winning goal for Matthew Tkachuk. And it adds on insurance. But Sam Bennett finishes the game off with the empty net with the wrist shot. That's his third goal of the postseason. Sam Bennett gets this one in. And Matthew Tkachuk gets his 11th assist in the postseason. So this game is already over. Folks are leaving Madison Square Garden. And they want to go for 4. Personally, I would have just skated around and milked the clock. So the Florida Panthers take this one 3-0 over the New York Rangers. Bobrovsky with the let me see it real quick. It is a 24 save shutout by Sergei Bobrovsky. He was just absolutely vintage. Florida Panthers with 27 shot on goal. New York was creeping up with the shots on goals, even though in the second period they were just not shooting anything. But Florida Panthers got it done. When we look at face-off, like I said, 27 shots on goal for Florida. They got 3 in. 24, it's a complete shutout. 38 hits, 27 for New York. Like I said earlier. Face-off wins. Florida has 2 more face-off wins. Florida with 3 power play opportunities that got nothing. And New York's two power play opportunities that got nothing. 19 block shots for Florida. 18 shots blocked for New York. 6 takeaways for New York. And 12 giveaways for New York. And both 2 for Florida for takeaways and giveaways. I mean, Bobrovsky, he was absolutely amazing. The odd man rush, the breakaways, and the colossal shootings. He just saved them all. He was incredible last night. He really was. And he deserved 1 star. He deserved getting that 1 star. Matthew Tkachuk gets 2 stars. And they gave the 3 stars to Verhaeghe. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing to watch. But anyway, there you go. I heard something about they're blaming on the ice. I mean, that's kind of, I don't know. I mean, like, oh, the ice was not good enough. Ice is not good enough. I mean, really? Okay, I understand that you're sharing it with the basketball team and you're also shifting it with the concerts. But we're in Florida, and it's way hotter. And our ice is pretty good. But anyway, there you go. That's good too for this one. Florida takes game 1. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to content because Miami TG guys is back. And what he does, he'll be right there with the fear entertainment you deserve. This is far from over. It's only just beginning, but it's looking pretty good. So we need to keep up the momentum against the Rangers, and I think we'll be okay. All right, guys, that's going to do it. And I'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.